Hey, it's Juck. At number one, the most beautiful uniform in all of sport. If they brought back the gray stripes, this thing is so far out in front of everybody, you can't touch it. We are not bemoaning the noon kickoff. We are now owning it. It's a badge of honor. We're the lunatic fringe that defines our coach's legacy when it comes to this game. They don't get to define that outside the field. So we're cut from a different cloth for Ohioans. Do I want Michigan to beat Oklahoma? No way in hell. I don't know what world I'm living in. This is insane to me. And if you saw my outburst, I apologize. It's showtime now. It's game time now. Game time, baby. Let's get it. Buckeyes, and as soon as we come on the air, they put Dave Portnoy on the air on our big noon kickoff screen, which is just unbelievable to me. He's wearing an Illinois hat, of course, Illinois shirt. He's got the whole regalia to come hate on the Buckeyes, as you do when you own, like you're partners with the biggest brand in the conference. You put on a hater. Like, that's what you do. That's good business, apparently. Anyway, an unbelievable day of football ahead of us, guys, as we have got every single time slot just chock full of action. And I was counting. There are 10 games I would watch standalone today. 10 games. Here they are. Obviously, Ohio State, Illinois to kick it off. And unfortunately, we have found out that Edric Houston will not be playing today after having kind of like a get-right game last week. I was really looking forward to seeing what he could do this week. Also, Lorenzo Styles won't be playing. I think he's got a shoulder injury. And that most likely means Devin Sanchez will get his first start at corner. Jermaine Matthews will move up into the nickel. So that'll be really interesting today against Luke Altmaier, a guy who can pass. So we're going to see Devin get tested today in his first start. After the Buckeyes, who I think will handle business easily. In this time slot, we've also got Alabama, Missouri. Then 3:30, we got the banger, Indiana out at Oregon, and Red River at the same time. Also, Nebraska, Maryland, each with one loss apiece, which is kind of interesting because Nebraska's still kind of in the playoff hunt here. At 7:30, Michigan at USC, and that is a huge one determining the playoff and the future of the Big Ten this year. We've also got Florida at Texas A&M, Georgia at Auburn, South Carolina at LSU, and Kansas at Texas Tech. And that's what I'm interested in because Texas Tech is a fun place to watch a home game from. I do like the stadium. I like the way they've set it up and kind of brought it into the modern age. It's a really unique environment. Then that team is one that I kind of want to focus on. And I think that Kansas, I mean, obviously they got a quarterback who can do some damage. So that always gives you potential to stay in the game. But I'm very excited for this day of football. Cannot wait for this Bucks game to start and appreciate you guys for joining me. How we doing? We got Nancy in the house. Sage, Kevin, good to see you guys. Appreciate you popping in. Jeremy, what's up, buddy? So we will, Doug, thanks for becoming a new member. Appreciate that, bud. We will try to, I'll click back when the game starts. I don't know, a couple clickbacks so that I'm not ahead of anybody. As I see a comment in here, I was ahead of somebody by a good deal last week, and I want to try to. I'll stay behind. But here's the deal: if I'm behind, you guys got to hold off on the comments, right? Like there was a big third down last week. And I'm waiting because I click behind to meet you, and somebody puts in, "Damn it!" I'm like, "Oh well, geez." Now I know what happens. Illinois, I gotta say, man, it's a uniform I like. I love what they do on the shoulders here with this shoulder piping. They look good. They look sharp. I watched the stadium tour on Buckeye Huddle last night. Tom Moore goes every visiting stadium, and he gives a little 10-minute stadium tour, which I always enjoy. If you want to check that out, head over to buckeyehuddle.com. Also, immediately following this game, I will be jumping on with Mark Givler on the Buckeye Huddle post-game show. I'll do my normal post-game show, which I like to take a little time, compile my thoughts, and put that together. But immediately following, we'll go over to Buckeye Huddle and check that out with Mark, and that'll be before Ryan Day's press conference, and then it'll kick to Tom and Tony on site in Champaign, Illinois. So that's what we got. That's our setup. Let's get it. What's up, Emily? Richie, what's up, brother? Yeah, Emily, this really sucks. I mean, it just felt like, all right, he's coming around. He's getting things together. Had a good game last week, confidence building, and then all of a sudden he's out. I don't know why he's out, but maybe it lends credence to some of the folks who thought perhaps he was still injured and kind of a lingering injury that they were like, all right, let's sit it out and get this right once and for all. That could be it. I hope so. I hope it's not a new injury. B Chap, thank you so much for becoming a member, buddy. Oh, I appreciate the congratulations, man. 20,000. I couldn't believe it. It kind of snuck up on me, to be honest. It feels like I was just talking to Mark not too long ago about joining Buckeye Huddle, and it was like 17,000. And then like 2 weeks ago, I was like, my gosh, man, we almost at 20,000, which is pretty cool, man. It's pretty damn cool. I got to be honest. Not why I got in this, but it is really cool. It's cool when you know people enjoy what you're doing and like to hang out. Like this, for instance, there's nothing you could possibly get out of this other than you're just kicking it with me and kicking it with the chat. And that makes me happy. This is actually why I started it, was to be able to do a post-game show. I wanted about 100 subscribers to be able to do a post-game show and maybe have 10 people join me to talk about the game. That was the goal when I started. So obviously things change, goals change. You set higher goals, but we've got there. We accomplished the goal, the original goal, done. We got it in the first week. So good stuff. As Illinois fired up, man. They're doing the whole shebang. They're introducing everybody one at a time here, which is not something you often see for a Big Ten just conference game. It looks like they're treating it like the Super Bowl. Here comes Luke Altmaier. You know, the Bucks just run out as one big unit to the fireworks. They've got each guy coming out getting acknowledged, which is cool. You know, sometimes we take for granted watching this team every week. This is like, for this Illinois team, for instance, this is a memory they'll tell their grandkids. You know, the guys on this team, like the time number 1 Ohio State came in, and we're just so used to having a team that's ranked in the top 5. But that's a huge story for it. Like, that's kind of why I like the Grambling story. I like Grambling being able to come up and play Ohio State this year and be able to have that memory. Like, that's one heck of a memory. And here come the Buckeyes. I love the Buckeyes whites, man. They look beautiful. I had on a white jersey. I had to take it off. It's a little hot down here. And we have kicked off in Missouri. The stadium in Missouri under construction. It looks terrible. The end zone's got like dirt. It's a literal construction zone. And of course, they got Bo Pribula starting, last year's backup at Penn State, which is just what a kick in the teeth for Penn State fans watching him just absolutely tear it up, isn't it? Wondering, did James Franklin make the right decision? It certainly appears like he did not, but you never know. You never know what Pribula would be doing at Penn State, you know? That Missouri offense quite a bit different. Pardon me, I'm going to move my other screen here. Joel Klatt has really leaned in to like trying to be the Paul Feinbaum of the Big Ten. I noticed this week he was saying some really, I don't know, like he started calling the SEC that other conference and stuff, and it's so cheesy. It's so phony, right? Because it's not like who he's ever been. And now all of a sudden he's just trying to like lean into being this kind of like this poker, which I know a lot of people agree with his sentiment and don't care that somebody is poking the SEC folks. I get that, but it's just not his personality, and he's trying to do it, and it looks so forced and fake. To me, anyway. Maybe you guys like it. I don't know. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. Thanks, Nancy. It's been pretty cool. I've been at work a lot less the last 6 months working on the show. I'll tell you that. And the people at work are not too happy with me. They're a little salty every time I come in. Oh, hello, stranger. I get that kind of treatment. Oh, we got one of these bots coming in already. Who's got the wrench in here? I need to get some more of you guys some of these wrenches. The problem is when I'm on StreamYard here, I can't give them to you. I can only do it on YouTube. And then when I go to YouTube and I'll like look for some of your names, say for instance, I'll go to YouTube and I'll type in BChap3. Sometimes you guys come up, sometimes you don't. And it's been very obnoxious because then like people get offended, like, hey, why did you mod him and not me? And like, dude, I put you in and it won't recognize your username. As you know, I'm somewhat computer illiterate, so maybe if I had some assistance, we could get that done. I don't know. I feel like at some point we're going to get some help here for the show. Ah, there we go. Richie Dubs. He's got the wrench. B-Chap is too lazy. Don't mod him. Richie does good. He was just not as quick as me at that bot. So that's okay, Richie. You know, keep your eyes open. Here we go from Champaign, Illinois. It is about time to kick, and it is 12:11. 68 degrees on the field today with only 10-mile-per-hour wind, which bodes well, or does it? I don't know. I don't know if it bodes well or not. Usually it would, playing Illinois, but these guys can sling the ball around. And we got a rookie corner. The best rookie corner in the country, perhaps, but he's still a rookie. And Missouri with a quick touchdown to take the lead against Alabama, which, guys, I always root against Alabama, so I'm going to be happy about that. I'm sorry if that bothers you. Go Tigers. I think next week I'm going to add the link under the description of the video for the game. And you guys can, if you want to, can call in and be on the air. We'll give that a shot. And here we go. I am at 8 seconds in the play clock. If you guys want me to click back in the chat, just let me know. So I've got the snap now. BI, first down, first play. Yeah, Gyro. I don't know if Edric sustained a new injury or if this is a tweak to the old injury. And we got Bo Jackson getting the start again. He'll run it on first, just a couple of yards. What's up? What's up, Cookie? So Bo Jackson with the start again. That's 2 in a row. And, you know, we all assumed, all right, he is the official starter. But now, 2 in a row that they've told us all they need to tell us. 2nd and 8 for the Bucks at their own 38. Oh, saying with a tipped ball. And that is something that we're going to be used to. I mean, we have to get used to seeing. You know, he's just going to have one of those every so often. Maybe more than most because he is a little, you know, not a tall man. It's not a tall man. It hasn't hindered him at all. Jay Buck, what's up, brother? I.O. I was talking to, I don't know if any of you guys saw my show yesterday. I'll get to that story in a minute. We got 3rd and 8. Big third down for the Buckeyes on the opening possession from their own 38. Julian Sain in the gun. First down, JJ. A big gainer. About 25. Oh, 18. Damn it. Too short of an explosive. And CJ Donaldson was in for protection on that 3rd down. Good pass protection. Julian Sain literally put that on his face mask, which is just like, it doesn't get any better than that. You couldn't walk it better than that. And right as our buddy Brian says that, they sure are. And no gain for Bo Jackson on 1st down. Yeah, sometimes it's pretty disgusting, man. Sometimes it is. However, the stats, not too bad, Chase. I mean, better than everyone in the top 10 except for Oregon and Indiana on yards per carry, which is interesting. And there's a completion to Cardinal Tate, first down, 12-yard game. I couldn't believe that, Chase, last week when I saw that. 5.1 yards per carry, better than everybody in the top 10 except for Oregon and Indiana, but they are a full yard over Ohio State. And the Buckeyes running with some tempo early. I love it. Going deep. No dice. When Fox is trying to show the replay and they got to go to that split box for us, I love it because it means the Bucks are moving. They're moving. Hell yeah, he's number one. Hell yeah, he is. I'll be honest, I did not think that coming into this season. He's made such a drastic improvement. Like, he's just ridiculous. Now, yes, a lane for Bo, and there he goes. About an 18-yard run. Bucks inside the red zone now. And this is a big opportunity for them. Beautiful lane that the O-line opened up for him there. I could have run through that. The left side of this offensive line is pretty nasty, man. Look at Bo's got about half of his side of his helmet filled with Buckeye leaves. I love to see that. Julian's got almost the full left side. Listen, we got to talk about that on the show this week. Yes, get him, Bo. Ooh, about 3 yards for Bo. This is something I have lamented the last 2 years, that there has been a change. Brian likes the atmosphere of the Fox broadcast. You prefer this atmosphere to the Fox broadcast? Well, this is the Fox broadcast, isn't it? So I like the ESPN broadcast better personally. To me, it just feels it feels like I'm more at the game. I feel like they pump in more crowd noise as we go to commercial with the Buckeyes inside the red zone. In the other primetime game, Alabama down 7-0 in the first. They've just crossed the 50 from Mizzou. Oh, you prefer my live show atmosphere during the game while we're watching the game. Well, thank you. Yeah, he means the Juck on Buck broadcast. All right, thanks. Appreciate it, buddy. I wish I could put it up and stream it and do the whole thing with a partner. That would be really fun. Hey, good call, Emily. Yeah, Bo really wrapping it up tight. Freak of Nature is a Gus Johnson fan. He is always good to us, despite being a lifelong Michigan fan. I don't know if I played it I played on the show, but he was talking on a podcast to some Michigan guy, and he literally like broke down in tears, talking about how great it's been for him to be able to almost be a part of this resurgence of Michigan football, the team he's loved all his life. And I was impressed. I was impressed because even though I knew he was from Detroit and most likely a Michigan fan, I always looked for hints of him favoring them or in the broadcast. And he's called a lot of the game. I've never noticed it. And I think that is a huge credit to an analyst when you don't know where his heart is. So I appreciate that from him. And my kids love him. All kids love him. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much, man. How long have I been working on my which collection? Helmets? Yeah, John, I'm with you. I'm excited to see number 6 out there. Thanks, Slushy. Appreciate you, buddy. He did. He defended OSU last year when Joel tried to say OSU shouldn't be starting fights. He did. And that's what I'm getting at. Like, I think that's pretty cool when you're able to do that. because we see so many that are so clearly slanted in the media. None of our guys are. None of the Ohio State grads are. They're all down the middle, even Steven. And some, like Herb Street goes the opposite way to try to not be slanted. And here we go. Oh, beautiful play design. Bo with the ball. Bucks will pick up about 4 yards on a 2nd and 7, maybe 3. It'll be about 3rd and 4. And they're just all, oh yeah, my memorabilia. Yeah, all my life. I don't know if I still have things from when I was a kid, but it's something I've always loved. I think it started off like I got my grandma got me a couple of helmets when I was a kid, just to get me a couple of helmets. I loved green. She got me a Philadelphia Eagles helmet. I had that helmet till I was like 30. I don't know where it went. I loved it. I love those Kelly Green Eagles uniforms, by the way. Here we go. No. Oh, gosh. I don't really like that play call to Max Clare right there, but Ryan Day's going to go for it? No. Going to kick a field goal. Yeah, man, I don't like that play call. I don't like getting cute like that. Dylan's with me. Yeah, man, just to line up and throw the ball. Max Clare's not that kind of athlete to make that happen anyway. I mean, it was poorly blocked. Yeah, not even a shot. Thanks, Cookie. Appreciate you. Appreciate all your support. You've been around here a long time, too. Yeah, Brian trying to a Vanderbilt play in the red zone. Don't like the call. Now, I defended the 2 cute plays in a row. You're right. It was 2 cute plays in a row. I have defended the, quote, red zone struggles because I think the play calls have been good. It's just been some poor execution. This series, I'm going to rip this apart. I'm going to rip this apart in the post-game show. This is terrible. That was ridiculous. Though I did love that they went tempo drive number 1. But we just look at the weapons on this team. Max Clare, on a play like that, that's not utilizing your best weapons in the best positions for them to be successful, in my opinion. Nick said the Eagles did that play against the Giants Thursday. Did it work out for them? I want to click back and watch that again. Sometimes I get busy yapping to you guys and I don't focus on the game. But I wanted to talk, now that we're during commercial, I want to talk about Buckeye leaves. So during the off season, I have a lot of free time and a lot of show to fill. And I went back and I took pictures of Buckeye stars during the Michigan game for through the Tressel era, through the Urban era, through the Day era. And I went and lined it up. So, you only get Buckeye leaves for a win. And I was just finding all the pictures I could to accumulate as much data as I could on, has there been a change recently in the amount of Buckeye leaves that are awarded? Because it seemed to me and a lot of other people that towards the end of the year, the guys, despite having 11 wins or 10 wins going into the game, had much fewer Buckeye leaves on their helmets than previous years. And I did a show on it, and I feel like I came up with pretty irrefutable evidence that it was true. I think this year it's been reversed. I think we're back to the old standard, which is great. I love it. I like to see the evolution of the helmet, but I like it when you get to the game for the star players to have a full helmet. That's what I like. And this is super deep cut, nerdy stuff. I get it, but it is who I am after all. But the memorabilia I love, man. Like this basement, tons of memorabilia in here. My wife has trashed a lot of it over the years. Like we used to have, I had so much of it in storage. It was just like, all right, this is stupid if I'm never even going to be able to display it. Flags and pennants and just all sorts of nonsense. And a lot of it is just not even teams I like. I just love football. You know what I mean? Like over here, We played Washington last week. I have a Washington Huskies flag, a 3x5 Washington Huskies flag over there. I don't like Washington. You know what I mean? But I do like that purple and gold. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. Lanny, what's up, brother? Love seeing Brandon Ennis get that catch on the first series. Jeremiah talked about him on the Wednesday press conference, and I thought it was, I mean, he obviously is going to get his guys back, but he did it in a way that was super respectful, talking about how he looked up to him when they were younger. He had a national ranking, and he was the dude, and everybody in the building believes in him, and he believes in him, and I know a lot of Buckeye fans want to see more explosion out of that position. I don't think it's a BI issue. I just don't think that they're using the position like they normally do. And some could say, look, if it was a more explosive player, he would probably be open more, and then they would use that position more. And I get it. Guilty college football nerd. All right, let's go. Here come the stars of the show as the defense comes out with Ty Malone next to Caden McDonald on the inside of the defensive line. Caden Curry, Kenyatta Jackson in there. So he is ready to go right off the rip. And Devin Sanchez makes a play on the very first play. Luke Altmaier tries him. Devin Sanchez blanket coverage and breaks it up. Altmaier was trying to go after the freshman. There is no doubt about it. That was his intention, and he just got taught a lesson. Love to see that, man. That's going in the notes, that he went after Sanchez. Play number one. I love that. No, sir, this ain't the freshman. This is not the one. You read the wrong scouting report. And a solid run from Illinois for about 7 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3. I love hearing the best defense in the country. Just gets me giddy. I don't like it when Caden Curry gets left out of the conversation when they highlight 3 players like that. Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs. Curry has been just ridiculous this year. Here we go on 3rd, and they'll get it. Dadgummit. Curry leading this team in sacks and tackles as a defensive lineman is absurd. That's just a ridiculous stat line. And I'll be the first to admit, I did not at all call that out of Curry this year. I thought he would be good, have a good senior year. I didn't see anything like this out of him. As Illinois will swing it out and get about 5 on first. In there, all orange. What do we think of the monochromatic? Emily says on College Game Day, they talked about Caden Curry. Nick Saban also talked about Sayin being his favorite quarterback of the season so far, which not a surprise as he really loves Sayin coming out of high school enough that he got him to come to Alabama. He also obviously loved Bryce Young, and Sayin looks a whole lot like him on the field. And here we go. Big time play by Kenyatta Jackson. Tackle for loss of about 2. 3rd and 5. Let's get these boys off the field. Look at the amount of leaves on Kenyatta's helmet. Not near as much as a lot of the fellas. Always interesting. Will Smith in 3rd and 5. Love to see it. Will's been fantastic. Yes, ball in the air, picked off. Peyton Pierce, that's my dude. Yes. Bucks down to the 35. Peyton Pierce, first career interception for Peyton. Peyton a Juckeye. Jermaine Matthews is such a dog. Did you see Jermaine? All right, the ball goes up in the air. Peyton gets it. Jermaine's taking off to lead block, and he's just like, follow me. I loved it. He's such a dog. Dude, everybody loves Pierce, man. That guy's just the best. You know, we've not had a lot of turnovers. This defense has not had a lot of turnovers despite being such a fantastic defense. Not had a lot of turnovers. If they can start picking up a couple of those every week, boy, we're really cooking. 2nd and 5 for the Bucks as I missed first down. Rewinding. Apologize. There we go. Donaldson straight ahead. So I got to stay a little bit behind, brother. If I don't stay a little bit behind, then I'm announcing to people like my excitement before they see the play. So I'd rather be a little bit behind than ahead of you guys, or else it's not a very good experience for you. You know what I mean? I wish we all had the same damn time. All right, Bucks inside the 10 with a completion to JJ. This is something I never thought about. Like when I first thought, oh, I'll do this for the Penn State, not Penn State, the Texas game last year. Never even considered like, oh, we're all watching the game at like slightly different times. This is going to be kind of difficult. And I was trying to get it like perfect with everybody. It's like, all right, this is never going to work. I just need to not be ahead of people because then I'm ruining for them. Let's go. Jimmy to Peoples for about a yard gain inside the 5-yard line. Hey, Jimmy looked like he had a little burst right there. I like that. He looks like he's going to be running good today. Even though he didn't get much out of that run. All 3 backs look really juicy today. Let's go. 2nd and goal from the 4. Cannot come away without a touchdown here in this one. Pitch to Donaldson. Touchdown. Is he in or is he just short? He's short. About a half a yard. Whatever. 2 shots from here. Nah, his elbow hit. And that was almost like, man, come on. Push number 10 on his rear end, and let's go. Straight ahead. Bennett Christian in motion. To Donaldson. Sees depart. Beautiful block. That was wide open there, and he just walks in the end zone. 10-0 Bucks. 3:40. Yeah, boy. Saraveld and Luke. Oh, Nate Roberts with the great pickup, too. Freshman tight end Nate Roberts, who is also the fullback on this team. As a matter of fact, I think he's playing more snaps at fullback than he is at tight end at this point, which is strange because he is not the type of guy that you would look at physically and say fullback. But he sure gets the job done. Emily wants a main man jersey. That'd be a sweet one. Ray, you didn't realize how big Pierce was. Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, like, the other two are so massive, like just massive human beings. Sonny listed at 6'4". Sonny's not 6'4". Sonny's definitely 6'5" now. Arvell's 6'4", and they're both just, this wide. So Peyton, by comparison, doesn't look that big. But if you were to see Pierce in person, you'd be like, yo, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? But there are levels to this. Certainly. Brian was not happy that Donaldson did not keep his feet on that first one. I would love to get Ryan Day's opinion on this, Brian. I would love to hear what he has to say about this. And I find it interesting that despite this being legal in college football, we see it far less in college football than in the NFL. It appears to work disproportionately better if it's something that you practice and do, more than other goal line plays. I don't understand why we don't see them try it more. It's boring. I don't personally like it. I'm with you, Brett, 100% of the time, every single time. If another back is in there and he didn't get it, I always reflexively say, Bo would have got that. Whether it's true or not, the thing is, they will not give him the opportunity. We've still yet to see, through this many games, Bo Jackson get an opportunity in short yardage. We never see it. They pull him every time. So who knows? Montgomery is now a very, very bad man, Chris. Not only that, the way he plays with fire, next to Austin Cerevel, who doesn't have a ton of fire, but those two on that left side, it's just amazing. And then Phil Daniels obviously is a real dirt dog. This offensive line plays nasty. It's the kind of line that there have been several years, 23, for instance, where I just wanted this line. It was kind of like, all right, this line isn't that good. Can they at least play with some nastiness to them and make me want to love them? And they didn't. This line does, and they're really good. So you got the best of both worlds here. There we go, Nick. Yeah, left side. Nasty. David Greenshield, what's up, brother? He did, Joe. He did listen today. J Buck said that he listened today last week and not reached out. Donaldson maybe could have scored if he would have reached the ball out, but they do not want the backs doing that at Ohio State. Brett said, I think they promised CJ one touchdown a game. That's the only way this makes sense. Dago, Goomba, what's happening? Good to see you, brother. How's the weather? This is so funny. Dago says, we talking about go down quick Donaldson. J-Buck says, CJ is looking better, though. Backs are a person. It's all in the eyes of the beholder. You know what I mean? Chase says, do they keep Bo off the field in short yardage because he has reached the ball out and they're strongly against that? That's the only thing that makes sense to me. I think it's more they want to get some use out of Donaldson. They're clearly not going to give him much run other than pass protection and short yardage. Here's the thing, though. They don't practice that at practice. They don't practice that play. So you don't know how good Bo is in short yardage until you see him in the game. And we've not seen it. So it seems to me like you would sure want to see, right? Because he really has a way of getting skinny. He's also really physical when he needs to be and has just really crazy balance. I would think that without a doubt, I mean, look, I could say with almost certainty he's better than Donaldson at short yardage. That doesn't mean he's going to get the ball in short yardage, but then there is also that, he's pissed day off, and it's almost like reflexively because he did it in high school all the time, that when he's going down to reach that ball out, which I don't know how coaches don't nix this crap out in high school from some of these guys. Mind if I hate watch? Feel free, my man. You know what I mean? Like, coach that crap out of them when they're young. 7-7 from Columbia, Missouri, with 1:56 left in the first quarter, as they literally got the bulldozers in the back, man. What is that? I don't know. What's that one? What's the one machine called, guys, with the big arm in the bucket that scoops? Is that the bulldozer? They got that in the background. It's in there in the shot in the stadium as they go through construction here at Missouri Stadium. And that's like, can you at least pull that out in the parking lot for the game so we don't got to look at the bulldozer? Alabama inside the 20. Thank you, Brad. The excavator. They got the excavator in the damn shot on TV here. Yeah, let's get the chat cooking. So far, 2 trips into the red zone for the Buckeyes. 1 touchdown, 1 field goal. Ryan Day wants to be 75% touchdowns in that scenario. I think they're under that on the year right now. We'll have to go back and look after this game. But the Illini start with the ball from their own 20, and Kenyatta missed a tackle, got juked out of his shoes, and gives up a 15-yarder. That was a bad play by him. Could have been a tackle for loss. Instead, 15 yards for the Illini on first down. Damn it. IGB. Joel Klatt thinks the fans have a case for wanting the flag. Man, come on. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, all right. I could have seen it. If I was on their side of it, I would feel pretty irritated. Blue Wolverine, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate that. Yeah, he was holding, but they're always holding a little bit. It doesn't matter how much. But if I was, if that was us in the opposite situation, I'd be pretty salty. I got to admit it. But Igbinosun is just like, man, he's done so much better this year with that. The crying Illini, I love it. He's done so much better this year, like so many fewer flags. I want to say just 1 flag so far, maybe 2. And Jake makes a really good point. That's a penalty, but he got away with it by turning his head, unlike last year. So if you look like you're making a play on the ball, turn your head, much less likely to get that call. Igbinosun, what he brings in run support is just so advantageous to have a corner that tackles like him and loves it. It's great. 2nd 10 for the Illini for me here. And absolutely not a really nice play by Ty Malone. Ty Malone makes the notes. How about that? Love to see it from him. I think we're going to see some Jarquez Carter today, and I'm really looking forward to it. Here we go. 3rd and 10. Altmaier, incomplete. Bucks will get the ball back. Let's go. I am curious. Like, this team looks like a really solid team. You know, they're not as good as Ohio State. They're really solid. The fact that they lost so bad to Indiana, I just cannot get over. It seems just insane to me how you could lose by so much unless you're a trash team. And they're not. They did have a lot of injuries that day, though, which I thought Ryan Day might mention in his press conference when he brought this up. Talked about that Indiana game where they got beat by 53, and he said, just throw the film out. Throw it out. It means nothing because it doesn't match up with the other games, and that's true. And they were injured, that's for sure. Yes, a good play by Ty Malone. Brian was stoked about Malone coming on board. Glad he's starting to make plays. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Feels like now, doesn't it? Josh Padilla in there at right guard on series number 3. That's pretty interesting. Second week in a row. Oh, no! Miscommunication as JJ was not ready for a ball. So series number 3, Tegra Shabola comes out. Josh Padilla comes in, which means this is the real deal. Ethan Onyanwa, not the backup right guard anymore. I can't get over that, dude. I cannot get over that. When I saw that kid at practice, it's like, my word, would you look at that guy? You could feel the ground shaking when he ran. Oh, Jimmy to Peoples, no blocking, but he makes the best out of it. Can't really fault him for that one. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Bucks real quick here. They just got the ball back with like 2 minutes left. And they'll snap 3rd down with about 1:30. Here we go on 3rd. Saying out. Beautiful catch. Carnell Tate again with an extending sideline grab, dude. This guy. And a great ball by Julian. That was a poor angle for that ball. Like, this is a hard throw. Wow. Ridiculous. His highlight reel is going to be so sick at the end of this year. First down for the Bucks. And there we go. Getting Claire involved in the middle of the field. Little 6-yarder. I'm going to take a look at the stats here. See where we're at. We have got 120 yards for the Buckeyes to 34 for Illinois. Buckeyes with 7 first downs so far in the first quarter here. That's a lot of first downs. And we've got 50 seconds left in the quarter. Of course, they did get the benefit of that interception from 26. Superman. Julian's saying 7 for 10. He's already got 3 incompletions. Bo Jackson, 5 for 25. CJ Donaldson with 4 carries for 19 yards. Jimmy DePeoples, 2 for 4. And we will keep an eye on those as we always do. I'll pull them up a little later in the game. 1st and 15. Apparently, I just missed a penalty, guys. Oh, great cutback by Bo. Beautiful run, man. Right there. That's the difference. What did I miss on that 5-yard penalty while I was looking at the stats, guys? As J-Buck wants a drag route by Brandon Ennis. Procedural. He really is. Saying is so smooth. End of the first quarter. Great first quarter for the Bucks. Would have loved to have capitalized on that first red zone trip, but 10-0. The line for this game opened up at like 16.5 and then got bet down. So people were betting on Illinois, and that is interesting to me when Ohio State is covered every game. By the way, guys, I don't know if you had an opportunity to watch any of the Washington-Rutgers game last night. Washington was down by 10. Now, look, here's the thing. I used to watch every game and have a rooting interest based on 7 layers down of how this will affect Ohio State's resume potentially. Like, that's how I used to watch college football. For instance, Texas and Oklahoma in the Red River game today, we're rooting for Texas, right? Rooting for Texas, not just to knock Oklahoma down a notch because they're another team that's up there getting a lot of praise, and I don't like to see that, but it makes our resume look better if Texas is better, and not just this year, but we want them to look better going into next year as we play them next year as well. And that's how I used to root for. It didn't matter who I like or who I didn't like. It was all about how it traces back to getting the Buckeyes resume the best. And that could extend to the conference, etc. But now in this new system, I don't do that as much. I need to condition myself to not do that as much because I don't think it matters as much. But I was watching, the reason it doesn't matter as much is because if Ohio State has 2 losses in any given year, they're still in. And when they go to 16, I think it'll most likely be 3 losses. But when we look at Washington last night, they were down by 10. I turned on the game, number one, because I love watching a night game from Washington. It has like a purple hue to it. It's just beautiful. And I wanted to watch Damon Williams, and damn was I happy that I did. This kid put up over 500 yards of offense on his own. Absolutely. Look, this is Rutgers. This is not like a MAC team. This guy, Ohio State, made totally inconsequential. And watching him against Rutgers, it was like, if we'd have watched that game before Ohio State played him, we'd have been crapping our pants. Like, dude, this kid's ridiculous. How are you going to contain him? I mean, we wouldn't, you know what I mean? He was ridiculous. It was crazy. The guy is so good. He's so quick. The long ball was great. Everything was kicking on all cylinders. And Rutgers put up a pretty game fight, man. I don't think they're nearly as bad as their record is. As the bottom of the lower. So I think that Michigan State can beat somebody on any given day. I think that Maryland can beat somebody big on any given day. And it's that tier in the Big Ten that used to not be able to beat somebody on any given day that is elevating right now. And that's pretty interesting. That makes it interesting. That makes it more difficult. I don't know if you guys heard Saban yesterday on McAfee said something that really irritated the hell out of a lot of people. See if we can pull it up here. I think I screenshotted it. He was talking his SEC jive. Yeah, we'll download it. We'll talk about it at halftime. As we start the second quarter from Champaign, Illinois, Bucks with the ball. And is it going to be third down, guys? Or is it second down? Third down. Okay. Third down, here we go. 4 yards to go to get to the 50. Donaldson in the backfield. Going deep. JJ's got it. What a ball. He threw that ball, dude. This is just straight up trust. I know he's going to get open. I'm throwing the ball. Yeah, I was nervous with Joel saying here to keep that in possession all the way through because the ball was on the ground quickly. Yeah, that's a catch. 6 knocked it out. Yep. He had it steady. 6 knocked it out when he was on the ground there. That's controlled, and he's down right there. And now 6. Yeah, that's a catch. I don't give a shit what they say. Sorry for my language. A great play by the DB, a better catch by JJ. Yeah, I don't think that survived the ground. I mean, that's an NFL phrase. It is an interesting one. Right. I'm with Prayer here. That's a catch. Guys, I don't know if I told you, next week I'll be in Florida, so I'm leaving tomorrow for Florida. I'm going to bring the show on the road. All right. Our chat says that's a catch all day. Nobody's trying to hear this. Yeah, I'm with you guys. He had it pinned to his chest, and then 6 knocked it out. But enough time had passed where it was, catch down. Yeah, caught the ball in the defender's arm, man. The things he does as just routine is just ridiculous. But in the meantime, this shouldn't be taking this long. Let's go. I love what the ACC is doing, letting us listen into the review process. Brian just said that's BS in the chat. I'm taking it that they have reversed this, Brian. Am I not live? I'm live. I'm as far as I can be ahead. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Also, how is my feed so much behind? I'm live right now. That almost pisses me off as much for the Say and JJ stats as it does for this game here, to be honest. I don't think there's enough there to overturn that, to be honest. I really don't. And the obligatory shot to the big dork, I can't stand it, man. Every game we got to see this guy. And the Buckeyes will punt to open the second quarter here. Illini take over inside the 20. Julian saying just 6 of 10 now after that nonsense call. 60%, man. We're trying to preserve that 80% completion percentage. And here we go. We're not going to commercial. Altmaier comes right out. Defensive line will shift to the left. Oh, no! Caleb Downs, a tip ball, a pick in his hands, and he drops it. A flag. By IGB's body language, I'm assuming this is on him. No, Peyton Pierce. Peyton Pierce doesn't interfere. They called IGB on Peyton, but they gave Peyton's number. That
Defensive line is played.
That one was way weaker than the first one. Like that was just little love tap there. Yeah, they are on one. This is an IGB game here. They're focusing on him, no doubt now. Like we got that. Little 8-yard pickup here on a swing pass, and they got the ball now out to about the 36. Alabama now up 14-7 on the 5-0 Missouri Tigers as they cross midfield with 11:40 in the second. In the other big game of the time slot here. First down for the Illini. Sam says, I'd rather see Julian with a lower completion percentage because they take more deep shots than hold over 80% and he just dinks all game. Is that the impression you get, that he just dinks all game? His average depth of target last week was 11 yards, which is insane. His average yards per completion right now is top 10 in the country. That's why that completion percentage is so impressive. I get what you're saying about the Washington game where the average depth of target was 4 yards. Beatty catches it, gets about 7 yards. But that was kind of an offshoot. Ohio, it was 9 yards, which is really high. Crazy high, 11 against Minnesota. And when you have an average depth of target of 11 yards and you're completing 80%, that's what makes it like, wow, this is eye-popping stuff. And I'm surprised when they bring that up that they're not mentioning that, to be honest, because that's what makes that more impressive. Like, this isn't Dylan Gabriel last year, 6 games through the season at Oregon, where he literally is, his average depth of target was like 3.5 yards, which is insanely short. Oh, incomplete. IGB still fired up. Look, you can't get in the guy's head, man. That's for sure. You could get 5 flags, and he's still going to play just as fired up. Ooh, almost got a hand on that. These guys are just all over these receivers, man. All right, 3rd and 2. In the Buckeyes. We'll stop them short now. Huge decision here for Burke. He is at the 48-yard line, his own. Will he go for it here on 4th down? If you're a fan of Illinois, you're certainly saying go for it right now, right? What the hell? We got a Jason Moore sighting. Jason Moore is in the game on 4th down, number 94. This is something we weren't expecting. And Jason Moore, they ran right at him. 1st down. Damn it. 1st down, Illini. More remains in there. This is kind of irritating, man. I want to see Jarquez Carter in there. Just had a good game last week. Second and 10 for the Illini. Caleb Downs with the tackle after about a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 7. Let's go, Bucks. Everybody's really mad at Caleb Downs for that play. That 4th down play, knocking him forward a little. All right, 3rd and 7. Here we go. Will Smith Jr. in it. Knows, here comes Arvell. Here comes Arvell. Flushes him out of the pocket. Wow. Beautiful throw and catch on the run for the 1st down. I don't know why IGB is so excited that he just made a play. He didn't. Yeah, he reestablished himself back in bounds. IGB was mistaken. Mistaken for his celebration. 1st down Illini. Altmaier now 4 for 10. And I was just about to check his stats because that's what it feels like, man. Pretty stifling. Damon said there was a hold in the backfield. I did not see that. Oh, gosh. We're going to review this. Man, come on. Can we just keep this rolling? It was pretty clear. Oh. Does he have to have both feet in? Because it looked like the right foot was not in when he jumped up to make that catch. Yeah, that might be incomplete, guys. And that was 3rd down. This is a huge call here. The Bucks might get the ball back. What a pass from Altmaier, though, man. That was a beauty. No, he's clear. It's plain as day. His right foot's out of bounds when he jumps to catch the ball. If both feet have to be in, it's incomplete. I love it when Mike Pereira is wrong. So confidently, arrogantly wrong. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Buckeyes will get the ball back. Luke Altmaier, 4 for 11 on the day so far. And it's not because he's playing bad. The secondary is just shutting him down. These guys got nothing. They can't move. They're stifled. Defensive line, on the other hand, not been fantastic today. Oh my gosh. The punter received the ball, had to go down, and his knee hit the ground when he got the ball. Dead ball right there. And the Buckeyes will get the ball back inside the Illinois 40-yard line. That is like that's like a 55-yard swing right there. That's a 55-yard error. My goodness, that's crazy. I don't know that I've ever seen that, man. That was amazing. No, I just got a text message from my buddy Chad. He said, I've never seen that on a punt. I don't think I've ever seen that. That is great. I love it. Hey, this is great. J-Buck, you're right. He was celebrating, remember? He knew all along. IGB knew all along. Incomplete on that pass. And sucking Mike Pereira. Portuguese, not Italian. Joel Klatt needs to understand the rules. It's not that difficult. You would think if it is your literal job and you get paid a whole lot of money, that you would have read the rule book back and forth. Matter of fact, if I had Joel Klatt's job, I would probably take some officiating courses, right? Like if this is your job and you really want to be the best at it, why wouldn't you take officiating courses to really understand it on a deeper level? I certainly would. You'll never sound stupid. Yeah, it's time, John. It's time to bust this open. 17-0. Yeah, it could have been worse. The kid did all he could, but that is pretty crazy. Sile, shout out, Juck, love the show. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you for joining us from X. And shout out to those of you on X watching the show. If you have a problem commenting, that they don't always come through, you can always join us on YouTube. I kind of just put this on X too to, I don't know. I don't know why I put it on X. It doesn't really do anything for me, but so yesterday I was talking to Ari Wasserman, and I was asking him if you guys haven't seen that show, which a lot of people did not like that show. Ari Wasserman of On3 does the show Andy and Ari, and used to cover the Buckeyes for 10 years for Cleveland.com before he went on the national scene. And over the summer, Julian's saying, and it's my opinion, and I'll pick this story back up later. I just want to tell it really bad. All right, here we go. Buckeyes, 1st and 10 inside the Illini 40. Julian's saying, complete to Max Clare. Max Clare bulldozes for 7 yards through the corner. Gotta love that. Oh, Mike Pereira has not had enough. Mike Pereira wants to go back and take another look at the sideline catch because it was wrong. This guy's a bonehead, man. Yeah, exactly, Jake. He has to come back and try to justify it now. Here we go. 1st down. Julian back. Man, does he look good today. What a beautiful ball to Carnell Tate. Another 1st down in the Buckeyes. Inside the red zone. Trip number 3. Notice how much more open these Buckeye wide receivers are getting themselves compared to the Illini wide receivers on Ohio State's secondary. Beautiful pull and block by Luke Montgomery. And he'll lead about 5 yards for Bo. Yeah, he did not want to accept that, did he, Ivan? Yes, man, the fastball on point for Julian. Joel's always the smartest guy in the room, for sure. Second and 6 for the Bucks. Julian saying rolls right, and he will, got a nasty shove out of bounds, losing 2 yards. Caleb wants the Buckeyes to play faster. I don't think they've been too slow today, but like 125th out of 136 in total offensive plays this year. Yeah, they're playing slow. Not going to waste plays, not going to waste hits. Win the games, move on. That's the philosophy. That's what we're doing. 3rd and 6 for the Buckeyes. Incomplete to Tate, and that will be a fail and take the Buckeyes to 1 for 3 in touchdowns inside the red zone today. 33%, pretty far away from Ryan Day's stated goal of 75. Ooh, I like this little discussion Saying and Carnell Tate are having here. That's good. That's really good. That always, I know a lot of, there's probably some people that are going to blow this up like it's a bad thing. That's a good thing. Good results come out of confrontation like that. I love that. Let me rewatch this play here. Yeah, I'd love the explanation as to what that conversation was about. I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you. That is a leader. It's tough to have those conversations. Oh, that's not friction, brother. That's just getting on the same page. You know, that's 20 seconds after the play. That happens. And that's good. That makes it easier to then address what the issue is and get it fixed after you've had a confrontation like that. Back, after the game, when you reconvene and you're talking about things. Yo, man, sorry about that, but here's my issue. It just makes it easier. I think it's a great thing. But 1 for 3 in the red zone now as the Buckeyes take a 13-0 lead. Leaving points on the board. Ryan Day is going to be furious at the end of this game with that. Again, the stated goal, which he just said for the first time, that the Ohio State stated goal is they want to score a touchdown 75% of the time in the red zone. He's never said that before. So that's their internal goal. And when I judge the Buckeyes, I like to, kind of judge it off what their internal goals are. So definitely have to be more efficient with that. Now it's starting to become an issue. Ray, it's not 75%. It's lower than that. I'm sorry, I don't have that number. I'll get it for the post-game show, and we will talk about it, because now it's, originally I thought the play calls were there. The execution wasn't there, so I wasn't stressing about it. And then it got a little better, and now this is not good. Just not good, man. Nathan, what's up, buddy? Thanks for popping in. Yeah, it was a bit heated, but heated like brothers get heated for 30 seconds and then it's over. And then it gives you the opportunity to address it after the game. And when you get on the same page after a heated argument like that, you get on the same page even tighter, and that's great. Yeah, Jake says, I agree the red zone offense needs to be better, but it looks like they're seeing what works right now. They'll be fine, no doubt. I mean, it's not something that I'm super concerned about, and I always feel like this team is just the best coaching staff in the country with the best collection of talent in the country. If they don't get it right, nobody can. So that's the way I feel about this operation right now. So they'll get it right, but it's certainly not up to snuff right now. And Nick charted the drives for us so far. We got field goal, touchdown, punt, field goal in 5 possessions so far. Now, of note, 5 possessions so far. 2 games ago at Washington, 3 possessions in the first half, which is funny. We did have that interception, so that was a freebie there. So you get the big boost with the interception, and then you get that huge 50-yard swing on the kneel down by that punter, and you were only able to convert that into 3 points, 1 for 3 touchdowns in the red zone. But the defense, the secondary is playing so good right now. They're just Altmaier is 4 for 11 right now, and he is on point. Like, he's passing the ball beautifully, making the right decisions, but the coverage is just ridiculous. Once again, the defense is just playing amazing. Yeah, Brian, I just disagree with you when you say he's finding holes. I don't think he found any holes at all. I thought the holes were blown wide open, just like Bo on that first possession where the lane was just wide open. I don't think he has the ability to. I think that's the worst part of his game. Ouch! Caleb said it's literally the 2023 offense, except Sayin is better than McCord. Greeny says, well, that kind of matters to have a better quarterback. Jake on the red zone says you need to run the ball a little more in the red zone. Keep Bo in. Stop rolling Julian out to the short side. He's not Justin Fields. All fair points. Now, Mark says we just don't have that much of a running game right now, and that hurts. And again, I want to say, like, that was my initial feeling as well, but I think a lot of people will be surprised to know that Ohio State versus the rest of the top 10, there are only 2 teams that have a higher yards per carry average in the top 10 in the country, and that's Oregon and Indiana. So comparatively speaking, the running game is not as average as I think a lot of people feel. Caleb's a real fan and just real. Don't wear scarlet covered glasses. I don't think anybody would ever say that about me, brother. I'm pretty tough. I'm a pretty tough judge because I use the standards of Ryan Day when I look at the team. Fumble recover. Caden McDonald. Oh, did he hurt his knee? Oh. Caden McDonald ripped the ball out of this poor kid's hand, and in the process, looked like he just totally ripped his knee to shreds. That was terrible to see. But the Buckeyes get the ball back, 1st and 10. Amazing. Another turnover for the Bucks. I don't want to watch that one again, man. That knee looks torn up. Oh, God, dude. I'm surprised that calf didn't compound fracture. Like, that was just sick. That was a nasty play. It's almost hard to get pumped for that play because of that. Yeah, seriously, how about a cart? He's walking. Thank goodness for the kid. I mean, that doesn't mean a ton. You can still have torn ligaments and walk on it. Yeah, K-Max about 330. Brian with the call upheld. He's somehow about 30 seconds ahead of my stream. So, Buckeyes ball, baby. Here we go. And this time, that's an interesting conversation Clapp brings up there. I wouldn't mind college football changing the rule, period, to the NFL rule that you need to be touched when you're down. Pitch out to Bo Jackson, and man, great play, knifing through. Second and 10 for the Bucks at about the Illinois 25. All right, here we go with the Saying Carnell conversation. And when they show it this time, Carnell comes up to him with a big smile on his face before that conversation starts, which makes it look a whole lot better when it's framed like that. Run it to Bo again, and he'll find a little lane there for about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Bucks. First down, JJ. It's those ones, man. Those ones right there that just feels so automatic. JJ, Carnell Tate extending on the sideline, and Julian just putting it perfectly. Tough to cover. I don't know what you do. They're big, they're long, and he puts it right where it needs to be. First down, Bucks. Now again, another red zone trip number 4, and an opportunity to get back to even here as they are 1-3 on the day inside the 20. And here we go. We'll start it off with a run. Jimmy to Peoples, loss of yardage. Not really his fault. Tiger Cibola in at right guard. We have seen Josh Padilla in there in the first half. 4 minutes left in the second and 12 for the Buckeyes inside the Illinois red zone. We got whistles. Timeout, Illinois. All right, so obviously Julian Sayin has been ridiculously good this year. ridiculously good. That should be no surprise, as Julian Sayin spent a year in this system. Julian Sayin, coming out of high school, the 247 composites, number 1 quarterback of his class. Number 2 was DJ Lagway. Number 3 was Dylan Raiola. In the Rivals industry ranking, number 1 was DJ Lagway. Number 2 was Julian Sayin. Number 3 was Dylan Raiola. So we're talking about 3 quarterbacks here, the top 3 of their class. Dylan Raiola and DJ Lagway. There has been hype machines around these guys for 2 years, massive amounts of hype. And I was talking to Ari, I'm of the opinion that Julian Sayin has had the least amount of hype for this caliber of quarterback taking over a big time program that we've seen in years. And it's true. He had a reason for that. I want to talk about his reason. Some of you guys didn't agree. We'll talk about that at halftime. 2nd and 12 for the Buckeyes. Claire in motion. Bo Jackson in the backfield. Sayin drops back. He'll swing it out to Bo, who catches it. In the open field goes Bo. Touchdown, Bo! Hell yeah. Love it. Didn't need to mess with the short stuff this time. Just get it to Bo. Great job by Max Clare. Oh, that was sweet. Man, was that sweet. I got to watch that one again. I mean, he's just so chill when he's running, surveying the field. Where's he going to go? I'll take it straight away. That tackle. Like the momentum that kept that left foot up. That was just a wild looking play at the end there. So the Buckeyes now 2 for 2 inside the 20. I'm sorry, 2 for 4. Up to 50% on the day. And with just a few minutes left here, 3:48, a 20-0 lead. The line here, 14.5 points. Bo knows. Hell yeah, Bo's fast. Bo's very, very fast. Give the ball to Bo, and all of a sudden the red zone offense works. Crazy, Juck. Bryson is dealing with an injury. Everything's good. First down. So hold on. Who do you pick? Come on, Tribune. Okay, I'm gonna go with Jacob. All right. We don't want to say freshman. Julian Sayin is 10 for 15 for the first half, 111 yards. Bo 9 for 44. Jeremiah and Carnell each with 3 receptions. As Altmaier drops back and he will hit his receiver. Play blown dead. First down for the Illini. He was wide open. And another 14 yards. What are we doing here? Huge cushion. There's still 3 minutes left here, guys. What are we doing? Another completion. Gain of 8. And just like that, they are inside the Buckeyes 40. After just insane blanket coverage this entire half, we got some serious cushion going on here. Late in the first half here, and there is about a 7-8 yard run up the gut, and now they're down to the 30, just about inside field goal range. Going to ruin that first half shutout here. Yeah, this I don't like at all. Altmaier drops back again, and another completion for 4 inside the 25. Buckeyes with no sacks on the day, 1 tackle for loss from Kenyatta Jackson. Luke Altmaier, who did have a dismal line before this series, looking a little better now, 8 for 15, 75 yards. Honestly, I think he's looked way better than a quarterback who has a stat line of 8 for 15 right now. But this secondary has just been so elite today. No sacks, 1 TFL for the Illini. Of course, we got those 2 turnovers. Peyton Pierce's interception, Cade McDonald's strip rip, caused it and got it, which you love to see. And hopefully that running back is okay, because that looked very, very gruesome and was tough to see. So all in all here, hoping the Buckeyes can tighten this up here, hold these guys to 3, because I don't want to give up a touchdown here. Now are they inside the red zone yet? They're close. Of note, Buckeyes still have not given up a touchdown inside the red zone all year. UCLA putting it on Michigan State. How about that, man? All right, my guys are getting really irritated that there is no pressure being generated here. And they're not wrong. Altmaier's had a pretty clean pocket to work out of here. Yeah, Will's been in there. Not too much, but we've seen him in there. We have seen of the backups, we've seen Will and we've seen Jason Moore. We haven't seen Jarquez Carter yet. A lot of people were hoping for a big Bo Atkinson day. Yeah, he's definitely getting the ball out pretty quick. And he's good, man. It's a good quarterback. No doubt about that. No, there is definitely no Chase Young or Nick Bosa, but that's a pretty big ask. There's only a couple in our history, so they're very rare. They don't come along often. This group can get it done. They can win a national championship. No, J Buck, Lorenzo's out today, and Jermaine Matthews is playing in his nickel slot, and Devin Sanchez started at corner, his first ever start. And Luke Altmaier tried him on the very first play. He tried the freshman on the very first play. Devin had great coverage and busted it up, which was awesome to see. You're going to try me on play number 1? No, sir. So I love that for Devin. We are down to 2 minutes. Illini with the ball at the 25. 2nd and 4. Jason Moore in there again. Completion for another first down, and they'll get that ball down to about the 20 here. And here we go. Buckeyes will get another test inside the red zone. They have not given up a touchdown all year. Altmaier complete. Arvell on the tackle. He'll get about 3 yards. Clock running with 1:40 left. 2nd and 6. To the end zone. Devin Sanchez with the flag. Kid caught the ball, but he was out of bounds. Oh, is he calling that a touchdown? Wow. Touchdown. Devin Sanchez gives up a touchdown. Really good looking ball. Sanchez didn't play the ball at all. Yeah. Nothing hit in bounds. This is not a touchdown. It's not a touchdown. I knew that wasn't a touchdown. Yeah, that's not a touchdown. It's not even close to a touchdown. I don't know how that was called a touchdown. All right, pull that off the ball. The Buckeyes are still in business here. The penalty will stand. IGB can't let it go. He's got to get a PI flag on the other side. And are we starting to see the breakdown of IGB with the discipline that we've seen all year? Because that's probably like the 3rd penalty or questionable of the game for IGB. Hopefully we're not seeing a reversal to what we saw last year from him. But this has been his most questionable game yet this year as far as that goes. Like any struggle Devin Sanchez has today, I love, to be honest. Pass interference on 6 will stand. But every single bad play or learning rep for Sanchez is great because he'll learn it, he'll get it fast, he'll be way better. So and here we go. An opportunity for this Buckeyes defense to bow up yet again or give up their first red zone touchdown of the year in game number 6. A huge test here. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line for the Illini. Can they do it again? Altmaier drops back, rolls left. Caden Curry. He's going to get him. Sack for Caden Curry. Beautiful play by Curry. Altmaier thought he got away. He did not. Great to see him get another sack. I think that's number 6 on the year. Number 6 in 6 games. I love the way he lays out. I bet my man Tom Orr's got a beautiful picture of that. Yeah, that is his number 6th sack on the year for Curry. Fantastic for him, man. All right, 2nd and goal. Buckeyes get themselves a little bit of breathing room here. Altmaier in the gun. Bunch to the left. Tywone Malone there to stop him at the 1.5. What was this? Wow. Little underhanded shovel pass there. Heady play by Ty Malone. Hey, man, dude's been playing pretty good. He's getting better. It's pretty exciting. It'll be 3rd and goal. And no doubt they're going to have to stop them 2 more times here because they're going to go for it on 4th. Ballerina Malone. Hey, I've heard this recently. This is a pretty good comparison when we look at, there's quite a few similarities between Caden and John Simon. For one, the effort and just the kind of like the madman mentality, that for sure just leaps off. Jason Moore in there again, man. Jason Moore playing more than he's ever played in his career today so far. And here we go on 3rd and goal in the I formation. The Buckeyes are going to get 5 yards. Hell yes. False start for the Illini. It'll now be 3rd and goal from the 6. Can they keep this streak alive? This would be just amazing to go halfway through the year without letting up a touchdown in the red zone. This is insane. No touchdowns given up in the first half all year as well. Incomplete. 4th and goal from the 6. That was a bad ball. Man, IGB's fire, buddy. What are you going to do, Bert? What are you going to do, baby? Should that be a penalty? Get out of here. That was his worst ball of the day, though, for real, for real. Do you see what they got down there? Is that a box down there? Is that a luxury box down there in the end zone? All right. They'll kick a field goal. The Buckeyes streak stays intact. Still halfway through the season, have not given up a touchdown in the first half or in the red zone. All year, halfway through the season now. And that's pretty amazing. They'll get the ball back with just under a minute left. What will they do here? What we do here is we go to the chat. Terry, I'm sorry. Thank you. I appreciate that. I apologize for my outburst. That's why my family doesn't like watching games with me, and you guys do. Yeah, horrible throw, man. That was the worst throw of the day for him. That's right, Eric. Give him an inch. Yeah, I'm with you. I'd have taken those points too. He's not going to get many opportunities. Alex kind of sums up IGB. He does scare me, but man, I love that dude. His fire. It's contagious. The fire, it fires me up. You know, it fires his teammates up. Rick doesn't know what pass interference is anymore. Iggy never looked back, Igmanosin. I mean, it's fair. J-Buck says we need some big time second half adjustments. Crazy to say leading by 17. Brother, the line's 14 and a half. They're covering. Nancy's family doesn't like watching with her either. Here we go. And they will try to, little screen here. They wanted to see if they could pop one here. Jeremiah with the pink mouthpiece today. Like the baby pink, not like hot pink, baby pink. To the sideline for about 4 to Claire. And it doesn't look like they're going to try to push the ball down the field at all here. Third and 4, 41 seconds left here. Saying back. Incomplete, and the Buckeyes will punt with 36 seconds left. That was not a very successful chain of events here. You did not want to give them the ball back. That's for sure. This is about the worst case scenario here. Almost looked like there was really no plan there. No plan at all. Man, come on. Here's a flag. Can we just get this over with now? We're crying out loud. Punt will go out of bounds, and they will get the ball at about the 40. First half stats for Julian Sand. He'll end the half with a 12 of 18 line, by far his worst of the season. But he's not been bad. 117 yards, 6.5 average. Bo Jackson, 9 for 44. Donaldson, 4 for 19, both just under 5 yards a carry. Jimmy DePeople's 3 for 2. Jeremiah Smith, 4 receptions for 40 yards. The Cardinal, 3 for 33. Bo had that 1 touchdown reception. Max Clare with 3 for 16, and BI started the game with a reception. Illinois with 2 timeouts left, and they will swing it and get out of bounds. Couple yard gain, 24 seconds left. Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs both with 5 tackles at the half. Arvelius with 3. Devin Sanchez with 3 tackles. Ty Malone in there with 2 tackles. Very nice. Bryce West with the tackle. I didn't even notice him in there. Altmaier back. He'll go long. Oh, he just missed his man. Luke Altmaier is 12 for 23 now for 89 yards, man. That this guy is on pace to throw a lot of footballs today. Pressure. Kenyatta Jackson, Arvell Reese, tag team on a sack. And that'll be the end of the half. And we'll take that second sack to end the half. Beautiful. Wow. That was beautiful by both of them. Arvell doesn't need that confidence booster. I like to see KJ getting it, though. Honestly, right now, like 2025 college football, there is no better road uniform than Ohio State. They're just beautiful. I mean, it's a gorgeous road set. I absolutely love it. I like it better than the homes with the current state of the sleeves. So there we go, guys. Halftime from Champaign, Illinois. The Buckeyes up 20-3, a 17-point lead, a 14.5-point line. So covering in an interesting first half. Didn't go perfect, that's for sure. Ohio State had the benefit of 2 turnovers. We got an interception, a tip, and a pick by Peyton Pierce. And then later on, we got a strip from Caden McDonald in a gruesome-looking tackle. So 2 turnovers. They're +2 in the turnover battle. They had 4 trips inside the 20. They were 2 for 4 on those trips. A couple of them with some questionable play calls. They have not run the ball great today. I thought that they would run the ball much better today. When we look at the stats, the halftime rushing stats, they're not great. The yards per carry isn't great. I certainly expected a bigger day on the ground because we watched this Illinois defense not just give up 300 yards to Indiana on the ground, but they also gave up well over 150, I believe, to USC, a game that they won. Buckeyes with 65 yards right now, 17 carries, 3.8 yards a carry. Look, quite frankly, that's just not good enough. Not good enough. Well under their average yards per carry on the year of 5.1. Julian Sayin with his weakest looking line at the half of the year at 12 of 18. And the offense just has not looked nearly as crisp as we've been accustomed to. Nonetheless, the defense has bailed them out with 2 turnovers, and that's fantastic. So that's what a team is, right? I don't think the offense is particularly crisp today. I don't think the play calling has been particularly on point today. And the defense has picked them up. And they're up 20-3 at halftime against the 17th ranked team. All in all, if they can do this again in the second half, you come out of this game with a lot to work on, a pissed off head coach with a lot of things to correct, and a big win and a cover against a ranked team. So that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But there are some things to work on. This running game is not, I was listening to Tony Gerdeman, and his thought was, I'm going to be concerned with this team if we don't see a good running game today. I'm going to be a little concerned. But I expected to see a pretty good rushing performance here. Again, these guys have sucked against the run all year, and rushing under 4 yards a carry is not good enough. I don't quite understand what the issue is, because I continually see the left side of this offensive line just blowing people off the ball. I don't know what it is, but something is still not clicking in the running game. And in the passing game today, it's been good, right? But it's not been as crisp as usual. 2 for 4 in the red zone is not good enough. The stated goal is 75% touchdowns. They're 2 for 4. With the benefit of 2 turnovers on the day and that 50-yard swing on that punt, you would think that this would be a little bit better in hand right now. However, still in really good standing, 17-3, and there we are. So, how you guys feeling about that first half? A couple of interesting personnel things that we saw in the first half. Number one, Ty Malone continuing his trend of playing better, and that is a great development. And the Buckeyes trying something new today. Jason Moore gets in the game over Jarquez Carter, who had a really good game and some important minutes and some important snaps on some big time 3rd and short, 4th and short last week, and he played well. Today, we see Jason Moore in his stead in some big situations. He was in the goal line situation. He was in on the 4th down, 3rd and 4th down at the 50, in big number 94. You know, there was a couple of good, there was a couple of bad, but interesting that they decided to go with him. I mean, it's a big vote of confidence. This is a big time game. So something to keep an eye on. Will we see some more Jason Moore in the second half? Will we see Jarquez in that spot? Will Smith Jr., the other of the backup interior defensive linemen that we've seen today, and Will has looked really good. Will has been, without a doubt, the second best interior defensive lineman on the season, behind Caden McDonald, who hasn't had his, outside of his one big play, his normal standout performance yet. Caden Curry certainly with that massive play. Kenyatta Jackson also with a sack, had an awesome TFL. Did give up contain one time for about a 13-yard gain. So it hasn't been perfect for KJ, but in a game that we were wondering if he would play, certainly his presence has been felt. So great for that. Devin Sanchez starts because Lorenzo can't go today. So Jermaine Matthews moves from corner down to nickel. Devin takes over for his very first start. And on play number 1 of the game, Luke Altmaier goes after the fish, goes after the freshman, and Devin Sanchez with blanket coverage makes a great play, which was awesome to see. Wrong rookie to pick on, pal. Wrong rookie to pick on. And then, of course, we see what they originally called a touchdown, which was absolutely not a touchdown. Devin Sanchez gets the pass interference called on him, and the Illini get the ball down at the 2-yard line. And we've seen this time and time again this year. Well, actually not that many times, but the point is, every time we've seen it, and it, in another year, it might be like, all right, whatever, let's go touchdown and let's give us the ball back and we can roll. Now it's like ridiculous, but they still haven't given up a touchdown inside the red zone. They still haven't given up a touchdown in the first half. They've still only given up 2 touchdowns on the season, and this is the 6th game. We will walk out of this game halfway through the regular season, and this team has yet to give up a touchdown inside the red zone. The secondary today, blanket coverage. I mean, they are all over these guys, and I think it is probably the most claustrophobic coverage we've seen from them all year. Luke Altmaier has played well. I mean, honestly, he's been really on point. He's 12 for 21 for 89 yards with a 4.2 yards per carry. He's only thrown a couple of off-target balls. He's had nowhere to go, but at least he's taken his swings. He just can't get it rolling. The rushing game so far, they have rushed for 17 yards on the day. That's not going to get it done. 1.3 yards a carry. the Ohio State defense is just suffocating once again. They're suffocating once again, and I don't know what you do. I don't know what Illinois is going in and saying to their team right now, because offensively, like they have executed well. There's not been some cluster. Even the turnovers were kind of fluky. You get a strip from Caden McDonald, you get a tipped pick. They've played good. I think they've played the best they can play, and they've managed 3 points. It's tough. It's tough sledding against this team, man. It's really tough sledding. Other things I noticed, Josh Padilla, for the second game in a row, in series number 3, he was in at right guard over Tegra Shabola, which is really interesting. And that is the second game in a row. And that is a position that games 1, 2, and 3, those snaps, 15 a game, were going to Ethan Anyanwa. So Tegra comes out, Ethan Anyanwa comes in, gets 15 snaps. And then the Washington game, no Ethan. Tegra plays the whole game. Last week, instead of Ethan getting those snaps, it was Josh Padilla at right guard. Josh Padilla, the backup center, also plays guard, obviously, but he is the number 2 center for sure. And then this game, we're seeing Padilla in that role again, which means, most likely, Padilla has now jumped over Ethan Anyanwa for that, next guard up in this rotation. And that is interesting on a couple of different levels. Like, number one, great for Padilla, an awesome Ohio kid who's just busted his butt since he's been here, a little undersized. I think a whole lot of people were expecting a ton out of him. That is great development as the guy who will be most likely eventually starting center here at Ohio State. So the fact that he is doing that well and earning that trust to get real live game reps in a ranked game on the road, fantastic news. And the Ethan thing, we will do an episode this week now that we will be halfway through the season, because I got a lot of comments about this transfer class compared to last, but I don't think it's a fair comparison. But we'll break down going through the whole transfer class, expectations that maybe were reasonable expectations for the class for each guy versus what we've seen out of them. The Ethan Anyanwa thing is just like, wow, that's puzzling, man. So certainly that'll be a part of that conversation. But Bo Jackson hasn't really had much room to operate. He's looked pretty well. All in all, the touchdown reception was awesome. Early in the game, CJ Donaldson had some big holes to blow through, and he did exactly what he should have done. Looked like he had some good burst early on, better than we've seen. And he is at about 5 yards a carry right now. James Peoples hasn't really had much of an opportunity. He's only had a couple of carries, and in those few carries, they were just all over him immediately. We're looking at 3 carries for 2 yards right now for Jimmy Peoples. So not great, along of 3 yards. But honestly, I don't think it's really fair to judge him, because 2 of those 3 carries, he had defenders in the backfield, like as he was getting the ball. So Julian saying, all in all, I think has made good decisions. The thing that you love about this offense is on third down, Jeremiah and Carnell on those little out sideline routes where they extend, and Julian with the ability to put the ball so on the money, it almost feels unstoppable. It's just like, how do you stop that? I don't know. These guys are long, they're tall, they extend, they can make those catches, they have great footwork, and Sand can put it exactly where it needs to be, no matter where he's at. It's pretty unstoppable. So that's been great to see. One other observation, aside from Caden Curry, a stud, gets another sack. That's his 6th on the year, 6 games, 6 sacks. Buckeye leaves. I did an episode in the offseason, an extensive search going back 10 years, looking at various points of the season. You have to win, right? So you got to line up, all right, how many games have they won at this point in the season versus how many Buckeye leaves are on the helmet? Because there was a lot of people who thought the last couple of years Ohio State had not been giving out as many Buckeye leaves. And it was true. I think I had unequivocal proof in the episode I did on it. This year, we're back up, man. We're back up. We've got Julian saying with half his helmet filled 6 games through, and it looks like by the time we reach the game, he's going to have a full helmet of Buckeye leaves, and so will all the other stars on the team. So for those that were interested in that, that's for sure. And one other thing of note, the Buckeyes have the best road uniforms in the country, hands down. They look beautiful out there in their whites today. I also like Illinois' monochromatic all orange look. I love the piping on their sleeves. I think they got a really good looking uniform, but there's something about that color scheme that I seem to like because I also like Syracuse too. And they're very similar. So that's what I got. What do you guys got? On the half, to the chat we go. Stephanie says, Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, and Carnell Tate all leave early and are drafted in the first round. Downs and Tate go to my Browns? I wish. Me too. Yes, indeed. Ivan says, we play a team that's horrible against the pass, yet we can't pass the ball. Our coaching makes offense so freaking difficult at times. I just don't get it. So when I look at this game, honestly, when you say they're horrible against the pass, when we look at against USC, they gave up 347 yards through the air. But against Indiana, they gave up 312 on the ground. So it's kind of, what do you say? Like, which are they worse against? I don't know. They can be had either way. And it feels like the Buckeye ground game should be going better to me. That's the way I feel about it. Jake says the running backs need to get in a rhythm like the quarterbacks. Leave Bo in and let him get going. And I really agree with this as well. I really do. Lucas misses Chip's run scheme. There's no misdirection or creativity. That is pretty apparent. And it seems like every time they have tried it, it's been kind of wonky looking. And doing that inside the getting creative with it with a little doohickey to Max Clare at the 6-yard line, I did not love. Brian feels like the first half has been meh. And I think that's the point. The fact that the first half has been meh and they're up 20-3 says a whole lot about the quality of this team. Ivan thinks the issue with the running game is Ryan Day. The common theme is Ryan Day. He's also the common theme to what is potentially the team that's going to take over as the number 1 program in all college football at the end of this year, unequivocally. There's that common theme too. Richie expected a drop-off in the running game, losing Trey and Q. Also expected a more improved run game by this point in the season. Yeah, I agree, Richie. Eric says, Chuck, how much counter are we running this year? Isn't that what helped us a lot last year, especially in the playoffs? It is much more than we are now. Like first games 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then kind of switched to gap scheme, which has been going well. So there's been a higher percentage of gap scheme than we had early in the season in the last few games. Like last week, for instance, it was going really well with gap scheme. So it's just a matter of finding their sweet spot. I don't know that they found it yet, but they're still kind of in a feel it out mode. Ron thinks the play calling is soft and we have to wake the heck up. J-Buck, a little clunky on both sides. I can get down with that. It feels a little clunky on both sides. KJ feels an uninspired effort. The Buckeyes are simply better. MK Ultra wants to weigh in on special teams. Special teams a joke under Ryan Day. They need to blitz the whole game and stop being so safe all the time. Ryan Day plays not to lose way too much. Special teams are a joke under Ryan Day. No argument there. It's got to be better. When he talks about all these things that could potentially lose you a game, like, Lincoln not cutting it up in the A gap in his press conference last week. The fact that we've seen so many years of subpar special teams, it's kind of mind-blowing to me. They need to blitz the whole game. Not sure I agree with that. the defense has been nearly flawless, right? I mean, they've given up 3 points. I don't know how much better you could be. You got a quarterback who's actually playing good. So, third point, Ryan Day plays not to lose way too much. There is a certain part where, he's definitely been very conservative this year, and that's, part of his game plan. And he's been pretty apparent with it that he just wants to get out with a win with, I don't want to say as little effort as possible, but as few plays as possible for sure. And there's no doubt about that. Kyle B, what's up, brother? Shane doesn't think Heartline has a feel for the running game. There's a whole lot of Tyler Bowen attached to that running game too. The running game coordinator, but yeah, it's not clicking yet. You got to be kidding me. Chris said Washington State is beating Ole Miss 7-3 and it's almost halftime. 17-17 Alabama, Missouri halfway through the third. B. Jones says he's not sure whether we have the run game to get far in the college football playoff. MS said the run game needs work. So, man, maybe the run calls aren't great. We should get more push than we're getting. A whole lot of talk about the running game. And I can't say I disagree. However, all in all, man, I'm pretty happy. And everyone, please go like the video. That would be fantastic. I'm pretty happy with this performance, even though it does feel kind of clunky, because what Brandingo says here, I just love this defense. Yeah, Ethan's cooked. This is Ethan's last year of eligibility. 1 year. He is a one and done mercenary. And this is what pisses me off when people say, when we miss in recruiting, ever heard of the transfer portal? Like, yeah, dummy. Here's the thing. If you go in needing something, then that's something you have to go spend your money on. And Ohio State had to go spend their money on an Ethan Anyanwa, which means they didn't have the money for Damon Wilson, who they were interested in, who was interested in them. And he is like one of the best pass rushers in the country at Missouri. So that sure would have helped. And that's why I get so irritated when people just so dismissively heard of the transfer portal. Yeah, dude, the transfer portal for an Ohio State program is for little upgrades, fill a little need here and there, not going in needing 2 tackles. That is not the goal here. That is a fail if you're doing that. And here we go onto the second half. Buckeyes kicking off. The Illini will get the ball first to start. Appreciate everybody for popping in today. Jenny Taft, the All-American girl. You want to talk about blind faith. KJ thinks Ethan will be ready for the playoffs. Buddy, if you can't crack the 3 deep by game 6, I don't know. I think you got some serious hope going on there. Gain of 2 for the Illini. Poor Bielema, man. That belly looks like it's such a pain to deal with. It's so big, but it's just the belly. It's just a big pot belly. Altmaier to pass and complete. Gain of about 14 for a first down. First and 10 and a really nice looking run. They are down inside the Buckeyes 40 after a run of about 20 yards. 23. That is a bummer there. Who screwed up on that one? Looked like a couple of guys. Oh, Arvell. Hey, you take the good with the bad. My gosh. IGB is all over people today. I can't believe they didn't call that one. If you hold every play, they can't call it every play. It's fair. It's a fair point. Oh, Altmaier with some pressure in his face, throws it away. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Illini. Ole Miss now up 10-7 on Wazoo at the half. That's the same Wazoo team that Washington scored 59 on. Didn't punt the whole game. Scored every possession. Ole Miss has 10 points on them at home. This is like the ultimate SEC hate point here today. Like, if you guys want to make it, this is your point here. Washington, who Ohio State destroyed. Altmaier drops back, complete to the 20-yard line. Oh, no. Come on, man. These guys are cooking, man. Another completion. They'll get it down to the 11. It'll be 2nd and 1. Emily loves when they zoom in on Altmaier. See what? Why, Emily? Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. There is a lot of criticism for a team that's looking really, really good. But 1st and goal now, down to the 6-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. Can the red zone defense do it again? Will Smith Jr. and time alone in the game. Caden McDonald not in the game at the 10-yard line. Or inside the 10. I don't like that at all. He's been the constant in every goal line stand. And here we go. They swing the ball out and they will be down. It'll be 3rd and goal from the half-yard line. IGB and main man. IGB stopped him. Is K-Mac back in there? He's not. No! Boy, it looked like they had him wrapped up, and then Sonny looks like he saves it right at the end. The Illinois fans can't believe it. Don't let him get it. They keep flashing to this Illinois kid. He's so angry. Buckeyes had penetration. I thought they were going to blow that up for a loss. Can we see the view down the goal line, please? Do we not have a camera down the goal line? Like these last two plays, it's just meant to be for this defense. They are not giving this up. And if they don't have an angle, they don't have an angle down the goal line, apparently, there's no way they're going to overturn this. All right, there we go. That's it. He just said that's the best look they're going to get. There's no way they're overturning this. If they do, they're frauds because you can't unequivocally say from that angle. All right, they're going for this, dude. This is nuts. Can the Buckeyes do it again? You better get Caden McDonald in. He's not in? Fourth and goal from the inches. No! All right, for all the, all right, number one, that sucks. That really sucks to lose it on some nonsense, garbage, trick, BS crap, 2-point conversion, overtime looking play. That sucks. But streak ends. Now, as it pertains to this football game, it's a 10-point game now. We got ourselves a ball game. Also a ball game going on in Columbia, Mizzou, as Bama up 20-17 on Mizzou at the end of the third. I'm with my man here. Having to do a trick play to score on the 1-inch line tells you everything you need to know about this defense. We got to answer.
I'm a genius. I figured out how to make us penguins fly. That's going to be tricky without wings. Exactly. That's why I've got Red Bull. It gives you wings. All we have to do is drink it. Come on, Dad. Just drink it. Why? Why? It's 40 degrees below. Do you think we're standing here for fun? Red Bull gives you wings. If you drink it.
Maybe he's afraid of commitment.
For sure.
You're not even listening to me. Bridgewater, you're in.
Teddy Bridgewater, back up. Listen. Cheers.
Luke Altmaier has now thrown for 134 yards to Julian Sands 117. Matter of fact, Illinois now has more yards on the day than Ohio State. Well, no, 1 yard difference. 182 for OSU, 181 for Illinois. If it weren't for those 2 turnovers, listen to this. Illinois has 181 yards to Ohio State's 182. Illinois has 14 first downs to Ohio State's 11. Time of possession, even. They are 2 for 3 on fourth down, just 2 for 9 on third. Hey, if it weren't for those 2 turnovers, buddy, we got ourselves a different game here. But we got those 2 turnovers. Nonetheless, BI with the return on the kick. Out past the 35. We so rarely see a kick return anymore. Amika Egbegbu. I'm getting confused. Here we go. Buckeyes with the ball back. 1st and 10. And they got to get it cooking here. They'll start with a running play that will lose yardage as CJ Donaldson runs right into the back of someone, doesn't move anywhere, just runs straight. Thank you, Mike. Mike says Joel Klatt has to go. I'm with you, buddy. Saying to clear, complete for about 20. Booyah. That was big time. They got to get something going here because the momentum feels so Illinois right now. Back to the run with Donaldson. He'll get what he gets. 2 yards. Bo back in the game, 2nd and 8. Ball to Bo. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Huge 3rd and 5 coming up here. Ah, damn it. Oh, timeout, Illinois. Okay. Whew. Buckeyes in the silent count. I got to say, I wasn't expecting that in Illinois. I love it when I see the sweetest people say things like this. It's the worst, bro. It is the worst. Can we please get a refund for CJ and Ethan? No, he's gosh, man. You guys are crushing this dude harder than I do, so I'll just let you roll. Dylan says this is a horrible performance. How are we not torching this defense? I'll just continue that. They gave up 347 yards to USC through the air, 312 to Indiana on the ground. How many plays have the Buckeyes run here? The defense is playing great, you know. That's let's not let that be overshadowed here. But the offense, with the benefit of 2 turnovers, is still being outgained or has the same amount of yards, fewer first downs than Illinois. Okay. Yeah, this is disgusting. 32 total plays right now for the offense. Absolutely disgusting. That's just gross. Their average is 59 plays, so they're on pace to go below even that average, which is 125th out of 136 in the country. That is just killing me, man. You limit your opportunities to move the ball and score the points when you limit your plays. You're halfway through the third quarter, well below your average, which is already one of the slowest in the country. The tale of two sides of the ball today. And a huge 3rd and 5 here. You give the ball back to them right now, and the momentum is just cooking in their favor. And CJ Donaldson in on 3rd and 5. He's good at protection. That's on them. First down. They're going to bail the Buckeyes out on this one. 1st and $10. Here we go. Third and 1. Will Kazmarek comes through. First down, Bucks. Sayin is really so much quicker in that pocket than a lot of people expected him to be. Love to see it. Now it's 1st and 10, and Donaldson still in the running back rotation. Ooh, around to Jeremiah. He's got blockers. Nah, damn it. You know, what's the point of a convoy coming out if you're not going to pick up the first guy? Ridiculous. He split the both. Splits 2 dudes. Jeremiah off on the sideline, and that's on the 2 of them. That is on Claire and Saraveld. Little Boy Gaming, thanks so much, buddy. Appreciate the super chat. He is not a fan of this conservative play calling. I'm not a fan of unsound football, and my goodness, was that terrible that we just watched Saraveld and Claire get JJ's knees blown apart. Here we go. 2nd and 7 for the Bucks. Donaldson gets a hole, and he will get a first down. Thanks for the super chat, Mike. Mike wants to contribute. We are getting whipped up front. Blocking is terrible. The yards per carry is certainly below what they have been. That was a beautifully blocked play right there to get the Buckeyes into the red zone for their 5th trip inside the red zone. They are 2 for 4 on the day. And now Bo in the game. Saying rolls right. He'll flip it to Bo. His 2nd reception of the day. That'll be about a 3.5-yard gain. Yeah, Buckeyes born since 2001. That was a great block by Big Phil that sprung Donaldson there. Dude, did you just seriously? They took Bo out of the game to give the ball to Jimmy the Peoples. No gain. This running back rotation has had no rhythm, no feel. It's been awful all day. This is just frustrating as hell. Curious to know what it is that's hurting for JJ. All right, here we are on commercial here. Oh no, I knew this was coming eventually. I didn't know how long it would take. But at some point, and this is why, like, Hartline has been such a beloved Buckeye from the time when he played to the entire time he's been at Ohio State. But when you are the offensive coordinator, there will be a time where the fan base or portions of the fan base is going to turn on you no matter what, no matter how good you are. And this is the first I've seen of this. Hartline is so bad. First I've seen of that. Jimmy the Peoples is frustrating, man. I agree with you, Richie. Bo was limping off. Oh, I missed that. That makes a little sense. JJ with the helmet on. Damon says Peoples has trouble breaking the first tackle. Trouble, Damon? I don't think he's done it once all year. Maybe once. I'm not kidding you. Like, they track it. I think he has one broken tackle all year. I know that was factual before last game, and I don't think he broke one last game because he only had. Actually, never mind. I think he did have one last game. So he's got 2. JJ's back. Is that what you guys are saying? His back hurts? Here we go. 3rd and 5 for the Bucks. Julian with a lot of time. He'll dump it to CJ Donaldson, the best pass threat you could possibly have. And it'll be 4th and 1. Bucks will go for it. Up 10. Sneak. Julian will get it. Get it, plenty of it. That'll be his 2nd sneak of the year. He's 2 for 2 of note. Okay, he called that the brotherly shove. That was not the brotherly shove. There was no one shoving him. Hell yeah, that was a beautiful push. The goal line back in, CJ Donaldson. 1st and goal from the 3, and he'll get 1.5 yards. What is the time of possession on this drive here? It feels like we've had the ball for a while here. They give it to Donaldson, and he'll get tackled in the backfield. It was this play number 15 on the drive. Third and goal. Donaldson again. Got it. Yes, he got it. Me, I don't know. All right, have yourself a dance. Fantastic. Touchdown, Bucks. Listen, I'm just going to say this one more time. I swear, I know it gets annoying. Isaiah West is the 2nd best back on this team. Right there. There he is, 32. Kid needs to play, man. He's traveling. He needs to play. So the 5th trip to the red zone, Buckeyes are now 3 for 5. A really long, methodical drive that ends in a touchdown. Fantastic news. Ohio State now averaging 3.3 yards a carry. They came into the game averaging 5.1 on the season. CJ Donaldson averaging 3.1 yards a carry. That's rough, man. 153 yards through the air, 88 on the ground for the Buckeyes. Looking at that last drive,
I'm so
14 plays for 63 yards on that drive, 7:52 off the clock. Sure felt like longer than that. But the Bucks back up 17. The defense just got a lot of rest. Shut them down. Put one more on the board. Let's get the hell out of here. And again, big picture, it doesn't felt great. It's felt pretty clunky. And you're up 17 points. About to head into the fourth quarter, which is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. As we look around the country, the Pitt Panthers down just by 3 points to Florida State, 24-21. Alabama with 10 minutes left in the fourth at Missouri, up 20-17. Washington State now up 14-10 against Ole Miss. Washington State, the team that Washington beat 59-24. 59 points. Washington scored on every single possession against Washington State at Washington State. And they have gone down Washington State into Ole Miss, the number 4 ranked team in the country. And they are up 14-10 against Ole Miss. They have held this Ole Miss offense to 10 points halfway through the third quarter at Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. This is amazing. That clearly isn't the number 4 team in the country. The same team, Lane Kiffin, man, what's with this guy? Loses to Kentucky and Florida last year in a game with Wazoo. This guy's got an issue when it comes to playing teams that aren't on his level. This would be the funniest upset we've seen all year. I think this would be funnier than UCLA, Penn State. I mean, UCLA is a Big Ten team. Washington State, bro. Sometimes I feel like, man, it's kind of good. I know that most of the country is watching Alabama, Missouri, which is 20-17, and trying to see if Washington State can pull off that upset rather than this rather unflattering performance of the Buckeyes. This series is going to tell a lot here.
Season. So what do? You got to stick with what's working. Let Luke Altmaier cook. First down and 10 in the 30.
Altmaier on first. Little screen pass out. No gate. Time alone. Backside pursuit. Another really good play. This dude is coming along. Gus, I don't know. Flip out of here. Thanks, Mike. Most frustrating 3-score lead ever? I don't know, man. Oh, Jermaine strips the ball. Buckeyes ball. Main man, baby. Hell yeah, 7. Caden Curry with the fumble recovery. I love it when Jermaine makes a play. Beautiful. What a call. Caden Curry. Of course. Here we go. Buckeyes with the ball at the 24. Everything was covered up. Second and 10 for the Bucks. Saying long throw to Carnell Tate for a gain of 8. Beautifully executed play to the sideline. Oh, we know. That was a beautiful ball. First down. Kyle, this will certainly be a discussion this week with the benefit of the doubt that teams like Ole Miss get all year long. We got an offsetting unsportsmanlike. Which Buckeye did it? JJ? What'd he do? Yeah, dude, that's nothing will beat the Ohio clip where he had both of them by the face mask, but that he's just so big and strong, man. First and 10 from the 11. CJ Donaldson. That's probably the best run I've seen him have since he's been a Buckeye. Gain of 5, but there was some vision. There was a cutback. J-Buck says, if the Bucks don't give us a game like this every once in a while, what the hell are we going to talk about next week? It's a great point. I'll be honest, man. Things have been going really swell. It's boring. It's so great, it's boring. You have to have some adversity through a season. You have to have some adversity. And when you have adversity and you're still winning by 17, that's the best kind of adversity because there's not a whole lot of stress attached to it. Caleb said, I think my dad knows you, Juck. Fantastic news. I wonder where from. Are you a Northeast Ohio guy? UCLA, are they about to win? I am so out on the scores today, man. I've been so into this game. Brian, it's not that I'm pissed. It's just that it's aggravating us sometimes. That's why we watch the game together, man. We watch the game together so we can react, right? We calm down after the game and take a full perspective of things and then, put it into perspective, give an accurate, but watching the game, I don't hold anybody's opinions against them. I say things I don't mean all the time during the game, Mike is just loading up the super chats, buddy. I appreciate you. Mike thinks the problem is Hartline isn't establishing the run counter or between the tackles. It's obvious we keep missing blocks. So yes, Hart is struggling. How much of that do we put on Hart? versus Tyler Bowen, who's the run game coordinator. That's the thing. Like, we don't know how this is working out between the two of them. And we know that he has a really big role. Whereas last year, when Justin Fry was the run game coordinator, Chip Kelly was the offensive coordinator. Chip was the run game coordinator. That was just a title. Tyler Bowen has a really big role in this. So, you know what I mean? I don't know that you can point the finger directly at Hart because we don't really know how this is being, the jobs are being delineated here. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you, Brian. Malone really showing up today. Really, really great surprise, to be honest. I think I'm way back on your comments. Let me get caught up here, guys. Yeah, Damon Wilson is a dog. What's going on in this game over here with Bama? 20-17, 3rd and 24 for Alabama at the 50. Missouri's going to get the ball back with 5:47 in the 4th. Oh no, Bama! They're going to have an opportunity to kick a 55-yard field goal if they choose to do so. Oh no, brother! I promise you, if you think James Peoples, if you think James Peoples isn't the dude, you want Isaiah West in. Thanks, Damon. I appreciate that you're watching the game with me, brother. I'm glad you found it too. Again, I know I'm reactionary during the game, guys. A lot of the stuff I say, I don't really mean in the post game show. I'm reactionary. Here we go. 2nd and 6. Donaldson with a good gain. Close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Buckeyes inside the 5. Third and 1. We've not seen Bo Jackson back in. Is he hurt? You guys said you saw him walk off with the limp. I missed that. Big Nate Roberts in the backfield. He'll get the ball. He'll get the ball. He's going to score. Oh, I thought he was going to score. He got the first. So, I started the show last offseason, and this freshman class was my first time covering a recruiting class. Nate Roberts, one of the guys that I talked to a lot throughout the process. He's just an awesome kid. One of my favorites. So I just feel really attached to this freshman class, like a lot of these guys. And I root so much harder for him than I ever have for a freshman class. Nate, Jarquez, Isaiah, Bo. Day is flipping out, man. I love it.
or Jimenez or Juba or Kevin Burkhardt. That's not job security. No. While it takes a company guy, think about what he's been able to do. Dynasty some big transition with 75 wins. He's got the highest win percentage of any coach in the history of college football. And he's put this program in a place that right now, I think that you would have to say Ohio State didn't need.
Donaldson is running hard right now. Best he's run all year. Here we go. We'll throw the ball. He's got JJ. Touchdown, Bucks. And now the score going to look much nicer.
Check out this release. Just a little inside move and then explodes to the outside.
That looked way too easy, didn't it? My gosh.
So last week, Minnesota inside the red zone, inside the 10. They tried to single cover Jeremiah Smith, immediately touchdown. When they see that one-on-one, the ball goes to number 4 immediately. It does here today. It winds up for a Buckeye touchdown. And it all gets Smith. A lot of credit that gets read.
All right, 34-10, a 24-point lead. Ohio State goes to 4-6 inside the red zone. So started off not so hot, and now out of 6 trips, you've scored 4 touchdowns. Things look much better. That what was that number early on? It was bad. It was 1 for 3, then it was 2 for 4. So looking good. 4 out of 6 in the red zone is acceptable. The defense giving the ball back to the offense for 3 turnovers. That's great. The offense has not turned the ball over yet. And it seems like when you are, even in a game where it feels clunky, this team feels so good that they're just going to eventually just smother you at some point. I mean, you could say, all right, well, what if you didn't have the turnovers? Maybe it wouldn't be that way. Maybe not. I don't know, man. I'm a real believer in this team this year. It's felt like a real clunky, much more difficult than it had to be kind of game. There's certainly some things to work on. The running game, for one. Like, honestly, I don't understand. I don't understand it. The offensive line it's not been playing horribly. 3.3 yards a carry is just not cutting it. Julian Saint on the day now, 18 of 25 for 163. Is the most incompletions we've ever seen out of number 10. Props to Illinois for a lot of that. Luke Altmaier, 17 for 28 for 134. Illinois has only rushed for 41 yards on the champs. Then you got the interception and the 2 fumbles, one by Altmaier, one by Khalil Valentine on the strip from Caden McDonald, which was, how could you even fault that kid for that one? I don't even. Defensively, the Buckeyes now with 3 sacks. Arvell and Kenyatta split one. Then you got your main man, and you got Caden Curry. Sonny Styles with 7 tackles. Caleb Downs with 7 tackles. Arvell with 6. Ty Malone, 3 tackles on the day. Huge for Ty Malone. He's never had more than 1 in a game. And he continues to play better and better. And he wouldn't have even gotten probably the opportunity to play this much today if Edric was healthy. Edric was a scratch, did not play today. So seizing the opportunity is what he has done, and good for him. We still haven't seen Jarquez Carter. We've seen Jason Moore in his stead, and he's played okay. That's good news because the last time we saw him on a field, he did not play okay. He played really bad. So good news there. Illini get the ball inside their own 20, down 24 points as we start the fourth quarter. The pencil behind Matt Patricia's ears gets so much discussion. Such a topic of conversation. Oh, nice play design there. Dude, you know how Day says he doesn't want him to reach the ball? I don't want my running backs trying to hurdle anybody. Even when it's successful, it rarely ends up in more than like an extra 2 yards. Third and 5. Let's go, D. Altmaier back. He'll complete the ball for a first down. Illinois going to push the pace. False start will kick them back. I'd really like to put one more on the board here. Jay Buck, man, I've been with you for a long time on this one. This one I hate. It's bothered me for a very long time. Some of these things that catch on, it just... Altmaier with wheels. Here we go. 3rd and 10. Yeah, but this one, to give him his flowers, is it's one that's always just made me cringe. What was my prediction for this game on BuckeyeHuddle.com? I think it was 42 to 7. Yeah. It's a pride of lions. Joel said it's like a pride of lions. Ooh, that's a hold. Almost a pick for IGB. It'll be 4th and 9. Bucks will get the ball back with about 10 minutes. Let's go punch one in. All right, guys, I want to talk to you. So here's the deal. The Bucks are going to get the ball back with 4th and 9 coming up here. And I'm going to be doing the post-game show today over at BuckeyeHuddle.com with Mark Givler. Now, Mark likes to start the post-game show before the game's over, which means probably going to want to start it here pretty soon, which means we'll end here pretty soon here. And I am going to take a little break because I've been on the air now 3 hours and 14 minutes. So I'm going to take a little 15-minute break. Then I'm going to go over, start the post-game show with Mark. When Day comes on, after that, for his press conference, we'll probably swing it over to Tony and Tom, who are out on site in Illinois. So follow me over to BuckeyeHuddle.com if you want to go talk post game with me and Mark Givler. And for this upcoming week, I'm going to be in Florida, but I bring my equipment and I'll be doing the show while I'm down there. Probably won't be live for Buckeye Huddle Prime Time on Monday and Wednesday because it's just a really difficult thing to do where I'm at. The internet just doesn't cooperate for a live stream, but certainly I'll be releasing some shows on Buckeye Huddle on Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. as I always do. And then we'll definitely get our regular Juck on Bucks, at least 3 episodes in while we're on vacation, because work doesn't stop because you're on vacation. I don't know who started that. You got to get your Buckeyes talking, particularly after a game like this. We got a lot to talk about, and we're now halfway through the season, which means it's time to take stock of a lot of things. So definitely we will be doing that. And if you want, I will be in kissing me. Sounds like an Italian. Kissing me. I love it. My wife loves it. So I just go down there with her. And she was kind enough to cut it short because it's usually Saturday to Saturday, which means I would have to travel on 2 Saturdays. I can't have that, man. That's 2 Saturday college football Saturdays. So we'll be down there from Sunday to Friday. And I brought my green screen and I took a picture of the studio. So we're going to try to do the studio behind me on a green screen, which might be pretty funny. But anyhow, pop over for the post-game show on BuckeyeHuddle.com if you want to watch the post-game. If not, I will have I'll have a little synopsis like I always do that I'll release later on this evening. And then I'll be packed up and ready to leave early in the morning, like 5 to the airport. So I do appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for watching the game with me. It's always a great time. And you guys are the best. I appreciate you so much. And I will talk to you soon. Juck and Bucks out.